You wear your thongs. Now, get that...
Thongs.
Thongs in plural.
Two thongs.
Get that dirty thought out of your mind. Hi everyone, I'm Tim.
And I'm Damien.
And welcome to another Lexi video. If you haven't already guessed, Damien and I, we are Australians, or as we say down under, Aussies. So today we wanted to show you our guide to Australian slang. Now, slang, Damien, is, how would you describe it? I think it's like informal language.
Yes, informal language that you hear in the streets, maybe that you don't see in a textbook.
Definitely not. And you probably can't find it in a dictionary either, so...
We are an English channel that wants to throw out the textbook and use the movies, TV shows, and music that you love to learn English.
Yeah, we want to make it interesting. We want to make it English learning entertaining and engaging and not just the same old boring stuff. So let's get on to the video.
Let's get cracking.
We have chosen words that are a bit more maybe modern, because a lot of the time when you read about Australian slang, it's words that my dad would say, for example, and nobody under the age of 35 would say. Not to say your old dad, don't get offended.
No, we're from big cities in Australia, Sydney and Perth, and a lot of the old examples you just don't hear in the cities. Maybe if you took your car and drove for hours into the country you would, but no. We want to teach you the Australian slang that you're actually going to want to use.
The first word is Australia.
Australia. Australia, mate.
Australia, mate. Australia is the abbreviation of the word Australia. And...
we're basically lazy.
Yeah.
But you'll see a theme here. We're basically lazy, and Australia is a little bit too hard for us to say. So
it just turns into Australia.
Come to Australia.
The next word, you need to learn this word if you're going to Australia or going to speak to Australians. It is heaps. Now, we use heaps. And by that, heaps means a lot. But it also has another meaning, Damien.
It does. So, for example, you could say, I watch heaps of TV, which is this example of a lot. But you could also say, he's heaps stupid, which, while grammatically sounds a little bit strange, really just means really.
Or
so
very, yeah.
Tim is heaps lovely.
Ah, there you go. I was waiting for that. Yeah, you can say, instead of saying very, you say heaps. It's heaps hot today. There are heaps of people at the beach. There are a lot of people at the beach. Good. Another word, slightly controversial, but used a lot of the time, and only in Australia, we have
Bogan.
Bogan, the B word. Now, a bogan is a unsophisticated, maybe lower social class person.
Maybe doesn't have the best taste in things.
But they
exist.
They exist. They definitely exist, and it's for some people it's a badge of pride. So for you bogans out there, live it, love it.
I mean, I think we all have a little bit of bogan in us.
We do. I love. What do I love? I love a good. Not bogan at all. Actually, I'm really not bogan.
He's very elitist.
Yeah. If we talk about bogans, well, what cars do bogans drive? They drive a ute. And a ute in America is called a utility truck. And it's the cars where you usually have two doors at the front and you don't have any back seat, but you have the big metal tray at the back. And the reason why bogans like to drive this car is usually they are tradies or tradespeople, and they have to keep their tools and their supplies in the back. Or their Australian cattle dog, their blue heeler, goes in the back of the ute as well. The next phrase, actually, a bit of a phrasal verb. Damien, can you please tell us, what does crack onto someone mean?
Well, I mean, Tim and I are friends, but in a different life, I would probably try to crack onto him. That's a lie. But when you crack onto someone, it means that you're hitting on them or you are flirting with them.
That's a very Aussie way. You crack onto someone. Yeah. If you crack onto someone, then
If you're lucky,
you may pash them.
You may pash them, which I think is quite, let's say, dramatic way of saying kiss. I see it as a very loud, passionate.
For me, it comes from passionate, and it's like you're using the tongue. Another way of saying it is French kissing, but
It's not a.
that's a peck.
That's a peck, but
We're talking about a pash here.
I think we all secretly prefer pashing.
And if you so happen to pash someone who has a bit of beard, like I do, well, then you're going to get pash rash, and your face is going to be all red just around this area. I mean, it's never happened.
He's never had to use concealer to conceal pash rash before.
So Australian, and this is the one that I always forget. So in Australia, of course, we go to the beach a lot. It's hot weather. What do you wear? Well, you wear your thongs. Now, get that...
Thongs.
Thongs in plural.
Two thongs.
Get that dirty thought out of your mind. We don't have 24 million people walking around with G-strings. We are talking about the flip-flops on your feet. They are your thongs. And you're going to definitely be seeing a lot of thongs in Australia. Oh, this is a cute one. To sook or to be a sook. It means to someone, it's usually children sook, and they complain and they're being a bit like a baby, and they don't like something.
Complaining, crying. It's used in a negative way.
This isn't spelt right.
Well, let's pause the video and correct that.
Okay, we are back. So another word to say to sook, and this is probably more for adults, is to whinge. Stop whinging. You're such a whinger. You're complaining. You're not having a good time. You're like, it's too hot.
Tim is such a whinger.
Yeah, especially about flies in Australia. I can't handle them. I don't say this, but what does this mean, Damien?
Ta, I think we get this from our English forebears, and ta just means thank you.
Thanks, ta.
Ta.
Oh, all right. These three all mean the same. Maggot, sloshed, and pissed.
I wonder if you can guess what they mean.
Yeah. It's all got to do with getting drunk. And these are the expressions that we'd use in Aussie slang to say you're drunk, or you're becoming drunk, or you were drunk the day before.
I'm maggot. I was pissed.
I was sloshed last night. Getting sloshed.
Hopefully later tonight we will be sloshed. Where's the alcohol in this video, Tim?
Oh, watch out. I didn't bring any VB with me. We have the word wonky, which I think is quite a cute word. So you can see right now this screen is actually
it's
wonky.
a bit wonky. I think your nose is a little bit wonky.
I'll make your nose wonky in a bit. So wonky it's not completely straight. It's a bit crooked. It's a bit off balance. It's all wonky.
Cute word.
And you probably don't want a wonky cozzy, because if you did, you'd probably show a bit of nipple or other parts of your body.
I was thinking another part of the body would be wonky, but...
I know you're obsessed with vaginas. Watch the Drunk on Love video for more on that. A cozzy. Now, I didn't grow up saying this word. This is... What does it mean?
Cozzy, when you go to the beach, you're probably going to want to pack your cozzy.
Your swimming costume. I actually, from Western Australia, I say bathers, which sounds very old but elegant, I think. And in Sydney...
We'd probably just say swimmers nowadays, but...
And in Queensland, I think some people say togs.
So, basically a different word in every part of Australia.
That's because we swim a lot and we go to the beach a lot, so it's important.
One word I did want to add here is budgie smuggler.
Oh, yeah.
And but maybe I'll put a photo here of our ex-Prime Minister in his budgie smugglers. And as you can guess, budgie smuggler means... Speedo.
Yep, it's a type of it's a Speedo, it's a type of cozzy as well.
Because you're hiding your little budgie, your little bird.
left, we have a few expressions that Australians usually use. Now, these are two ones. We've got hot as, sweet as. So if you take any adjective and you put as on the end of it, it's like saying it's very hot, or it's very good, it's sweet, or it's sick as. It's like sick in a cool way. It was hot as, it was super
Cute
hot.
as.
Cute as, super cute.
Funny as.
Funny
that movie
as.
was funny as.
He's funny as. Funny looking as.
Oh.
And then the next one that we have is a very weird rhetorical question that Australians tend to ask. And we'll go, how hot is it in here? And don't tell me it's 37 degrees. That's not what I'm asking. I'm telling you it's very hot. And what do I expect you to say in reply?
I know, right?
I know, right? You just say, yes, it is. So you might sound like you're asking a question, but you're just actually stating a fact.
How sad was that movie?
How cute was that dog that we just saw?
How crazy was that party?
How full was the beach yesterday? All right, then, I think that's where we can leave it. I hope that this video has been educational and given you some kind of insight into Australian slang.
I hope you think Australian slang is sweet as.
And if you think that we missed anything or you have any questions, we'll put them in the comments below. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more videos from us, then hit subscribe. And if you want to get more worksheets and practice your English, then go to lexyenglish.com. So until next time, mates, enjoy practicing your English. And that's it from us. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.